Good afternoon. I want to say mild, grey and blustery day. It is Thursday the 2nd of February. I've got a nice hot cup of tea and a parcel to continue unboxing here in the reading nook. So I have pulled things out like this legacy really weird role-playing game from 1978. Slightly less old role-playing game from 1982, Man, Myth and Magic. A copy of the Princess Bride role-playing game. That's more recent. And next below that, what I have got, all of it is beneath a thick sheaf of papers is 13 WHPA Fairhaven Weird Heroes of Public Access, a role-playing game from Get Haunted Industries. It's one of those things. Essentially, the revolution in small press publishing, the easy access of desktop publishing, and printing and so on, has made it easy to come up with an awful lot of different and fabulous and weird ideas for role-playing games. And with the recent revival, I think we are up to what, ZineQuest 4 or 5 now, probably 4. Done via Kickstarter. It means that people have been using that format of the fanzine as a vehicle for their role-playing games. And WPA Fairhaven, Weird Heroes of Public Access, a role-playing game, is one of those that has kind of used that format, the small A5-sized booklet running to say 20 to 30 pages. So the idea here is, that with television, besides the big stations in the US and their affiliates, you would have television which could be accessed by anyone who would go on and make programs and discuss, this, that, and the other, their hobbies, their issues. That sort of thing, typically done on the cheap, but it could be a start for some people's careers. But it could also be, just the thing that they do. So this is a role-playing game about that, about making television programs on public access television. So this is not for everyone. This is for you. They have told you for years that you were different. Were they laughing at you, or with you? You know you have something special to give to the world. Lights, camera, technical difficulties, action. The portal of public access has opened, and now is your time to shine. With Fairhaven County's recent establishment of the WHPA-13 Public Access station, you can be the star you've always wanted to be. Cheap sets, inebriated guests, and prank phone calls are no match for your charm, wit, and wisdom. But with the advert of Fairhaven's full moon that won't quit, your exceptionalities will be put to the test. The station manager has called upon you and your fellow hosts to get to the bottom of the strange goings-on around town. Let's get weird. So yes, this is going to be an interesting, interesting take up on role-playing. So you have things like your weekly reading with Crystal Ball, the mysterious Crystal Ball himself. So Fairhaven, I think basically Fairhaven is kind of a town name which I've seen popped up in role-playing games before. But it's typically sort of like it's a town with mysteries, with things going on. Because obviously in role-playing, it would be utterly boring just to have a town where nothing was going on. But it's presumably, it's one of those things about the full moon. The full moon comes out tonight, and so do all the loonies. And basically, I kind of mean that in the sense of, that's how the saying goes. So as in lunatics, that sort of thing. So essentially, the referee will set out the broadcasting guidelines and the framework of the adventure, adjudicate the rules, and deal with the host fates. The hosts being the player characters. So as host, you have a niche programming focus, some core skills, and so on. Some props, and away you go. And you're sort of like setting up programming, lineup, spirituality, fitness, and so on. Variety, monster movies, local talk, special interests, thematically all perfect for that kind of televisual experience. And it's got a sample there as well. It's if you additionally you might have supernatural abilities, or some of the threats you face, the mysteries involved, connections, and so on. And there's some lovely pieces of sort of like almost ephemera here. WHPA-13, thanks to following community partners. And they can be brought into the game as sort of like as vague clues or connections. Bit of note on combat, not necessarily the focus of the game, I don't think. Fairhaven Police Department, and the fact that sunglasses and Zapata moustache there kind of gives it away as the period is that sort of like that 70s period. Fairhaven planning and zoning. There's a guide to the city, done sort of like via the city council, zoning laws. And then we have we've got memorandum, Cave of the Melonheads, and these essentially are stories and mysteries, which I think essentially the player characters, essentially the host, will have to go and investigate as part of their, of their televisual excursions. Settlement of the Damned. Some more leads regarding other Fairhaven weirdness. Shazam, Teenagers from Mars, Flight of the Instigator. So we've got a list of further mysteries for the player characters to the host to uncover. And then we have Mysteries of Fairhaven, submitted by WHPA-13 viewers. That's a fantastic section. Essentially, have strange sources in the sky. A witch crypt at mystery tile sign at the bottom there. And then we have the character sheet there, and then a couple of other things that essentially got a couple of adverts. Essentially, forget haunted industries. So the Darkest Dice is a play upon the Jack Trick tracks, which you can pick up from elsewhere, but it's sort of like this is a sort of mini supplements and so on. And then Ninja City, which is the Dungeon Crawl Classics, 70s kind of martial arts ninja, or 80s martial arts action crime setting. So that's WPA TV13 Fairhaven, Weird Heroes of Public Access, a role-playing game. Interesting little fanzine style role-playing game that I'll be interested to dig into at some point in the near future. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. If you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings of the Nook, then where essentially you will see me with a box containing a book or game, which I'll unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Once again, thanks for watching another unboxing of the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. And lastly, I want to thank my friend Keith of Rolling Boxcars and the Titter Pigs for enabling me to get a hold of a copy of this here in the UK. I do appreciate his postage and packaging skills which came into, and shipping skills which came into here, into getting this to me. Alright, thanks again. Talk to you again soon. Bye for now.